Here's what you can do in order to customize the home screen on the Motorola Edge 70. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start by pressing and holding our finger on the empty space of the home screen. If you do so, of course, we have different themes that we can use. We can even quickly change a font. We also have the shortcuts to wallpapers and to personalization settings. But also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you home settings, because over here you can, for example, change the icon size, you can change the app label, you can of course hide the names of apps completely if you want to. We can manage app icon badges, and we can, for example, disable the Google News page that you have on the home screen. So of course you can choose whichever option you wish to use. Over here, if we go to home screen style, for example, if you customize the app tray style, we can find some additional settings in here as well. So of course it is worth visiting these settings in order to make sure that everything is running as you wish it to be run. Now let's move on to the apps. Of course you can easily add apps to the home screen. So if you want to add an app, you can just simply press and hold your finger on the app just like that from the app drawer, and then start moving it, and then you should be able to place the app anywhere. And if you want to remove an app, you can just press and hold the finger on the app, start moving it, and you can drop it over here where we have remove. By dropping on remove, you will remove it from the home screen, and if you drop on uninstall, then you will completely remove the app from the phone. Besides that, of course, we can store apps in folders. As you can see over here, I have an example folder. If you want to create a folder, what you can do is you can press and hold your finger on the first app that you want to add in a folder, and then drop it on top of another app, just like that. And of course we can keep adding more and more apps into this folder as much as you want. Of course, you can of course change the position of the folder, and unfortunately in terms of customization of the folder, there's not much that we can do. But if you want to remove a folder, then of course we can tap on a delete over here. But if you do so, then everything that you had inside that folder will also be removed from the home screen. So what you can also do is you can go into the folder and drag everything outside of the folder, so you can keep these apps. And if there's only one app left in the folder, then of course the folder will be gone. And in terms of customization, we can make our folder smaller, so it takes 1 by 1 space, and we can make it bigger to take 2 by 2 space, which can be quite convenient, because now over here, as you can see, I have these apps in that folder, and I can tap on these app icons to immediately open the app, whereas if you use a small folder, you have to actually tap on the folder in order to open any of these apps that you have inside of that folder. And you can also change the name, of course, of the folder. You can tap on the name over here, and you can set up the name quite easily. But that is pretty much everything that we can do with folders. Of course, we also have widgets. In order to add a widget, you can press and hold your finger on an empty space again, and then we're gonna go to widgets in here. And now you should be able to find a bunch of different apps, and you can also see how many widgets we can get from this app. So of course we can tap on the app in order to find all those widgets that are created by these apps. And if you want to add something, you should be able to, let's say, press and hold your finger and then drop it anywhere. In some cases you can also resize these widgets. You should be able to find these dots. In this case, these dots are only on the left and right side, and in some cases they are also available at the top and at the bottom. So in that case you can also make them bigger in terms of the height. And in some cases you cannot resize the widgets at all, so you have to keep that in mind. Now if you don't see this if you don't see the line and the circles, then you can press and hold your finger on the widget and then drop it back into its place, and you should be able to have that resizing option again. If you, like I said, if you don't see these dots, then it just means you cannot resize a widget at all. And if you want to remove a widget, you can just drop it on the tab of remove, just like apps. There we go. And of course we have pages. You can create and remove pages quite easily. If you want to add a new page, you just have to add something to that new page. So if I start moving an app, the same way, of course, it can be done when adding a new app, let's say, or adding a widget, etc. If we go all the way to the right side, you should be able to find this blank space, which is of course normally not accessible, but if you drop something in here, you will create a new home screen page. Simple as that. And of course we can keep moving and adding stuff in here, so you can add and position apps however you want. And if you want to remove a page, then unfortunately there is no single button that allows you to remove a page. you just have to manually remove everything from that page, whether it is completely removing from the home screen or just moving it to a different page. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.